അച്ഛനെ വിളിച്ചത് ഞാൻ അത് മറ്റേ ആ ബോർഡിനുള്ള കറണ്ട് മിക്കുള്ളൂ റെഡി ആയി.
Okay, so good evening all.
Good evening.
Yeah, the presentation is visible. Yeah, everyone can see.
Yes,
The
yes.
PPT is okay.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, good. Okay, so let's start the session. Yeah, the session was about the leadership versus entrepreneurship. Okay, and so let us have a quick glance of like what we discussed in our last session. You remember? Anyone remember? What was the last session about? Yeah, we were speaking about the leadership and their qualities, right? So what is the leadership? The ability to influence others to achieve a goal is a leadership. And how does a leadership know when the manager takes a leadership position? So what are all the traits the managers has to follow? If they act only as a manager, if they perform only as a manager, usually how they behave in the organization. They can't like take a leadership position because they just like go on with what the top management asks them to do, right? So they cannot like take up the leadership position. But if they want to take up the leadership position, they have to be like act as a mediator between the top management and the operational level management. So they have to act as a mediator. So then we saw what is the difference between leading and managing. So what is leading and what is managing? So then we discussed about the key difference between the leaders and the managers. That is the leadership and the management. What are the key differences? And but they do have both do share like some common traits. Both the managers and the leaders, they do share some common traits. So like professionalism, both should have professionalism, both should be knowledgeable, and both the persons they have to have good interpersonal skills. They have to gain the goodwill of others, and information sharing, taking responsibility, taking the accountability, and sharing the resources, and finding the resources, and the commitment. So these are the common traits both the leaders and the managers should have. Then we saw what are the traits of an effective leader. And so there is a one who inspires action, is optimistic, has integrity, supports and facilitates the team, has confidence, uses effective communication, and is decisive. And leaders are always learners because they learn from their success and failure, and from people and competitors, from books, from assignments, from life. So from everything they know, like to keep on learning, because for them, learning is a never ending process. And we saw about the 5 rules of leadership. Shape the future. The leaders shape the future. The leaders make things happen. The leaders engage today's talent. The leaders build the next generation. And the leaders invest in themselves. Then we discussed about the principles of leadership, like they have to seek responsibility, be technically proficient, always keep the workers informed, they should set the example, and they should like develop a sense of responsibility in workers, and they should ensure tasks are understood, supervised, and accomplished. Then we discussed about the culture and the climate of the organization. The culture of the organization is a never ending process. It means it will sustain till the organization exists. The organizational culture will sustain till the organization exists. But it may change. When it may change? Only if the top management is replaced by another new management. The founder is replaced by a younger generation. A founder is replaced by like another venture, or like this company, this organization, and another organization has like merged with each other, and they have started a new venture. Only in those cases the culture of the organization may change. Otherwise, it remains the same till the organization exists. Whereas climate is different. Organizational climate is different. As the like newcomers come and go, the climate keeps on changing. So it's a like a very dynamic. Climate is always dynamic, and culture is like somewhat it's normal. It doesn't change over a period of time, unless and otherwise the top management is replaced by a newer person or newer management. Okay. And then the process of a great leadership, we discussed about it. And especially we discussed about the management theories, the theory of corporate governance, the theory of social contract, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, love and spirituality in management and business, and change agent. So the new theories are love and spirituality in management and business and the change agent concept. Whereas the conventional theories, the old theories are corporate governance, social contract, and Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Yes, so then we discussed about the 4 types of change agents. Finally, emotional champion. Who is an emotional champion? Who is a developmental strategist? Who is an intuitive adapter? And who is a continuous improver? Okay. Okay, so now let's discuss about the entrepreneurship. Who is an entrepreneur? Yeah, who is an entrepreneur? Yes, can you say who's an entrepreneur?
A business owner who starts up his own business.
Yeah, who wants to know, like, start something on their own? Okay, instead of working for others, these people are not ready to give job to others. They want to do something on their own. They want to earn their money on their own by investing their skills, their knowledge, their physical effort. They want to know, like, invest everything on their own and know, like, grow a business, start a concern, start a new venture. So they are the entrepreneurs. Yeah. So entrepreneurship is all by like all the like the components which comes like under the same term. So who is an entrepreneur? Entrepreneur is an individual who takes risk and starts something new. Whenever you do something on your own by investing something, it's always a risk, right? You're investing the risk, you're taking up the risk. So entrepreneur is an individual who takes risk and starts something new. The slide is visible, right? The presentation is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay, fine. So what are the characteristics of an entrepreneur? How many of you here are entrepreneurs? Anyone entrepreneurs? I'm an entrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur. Anyone here? I work for a college. I work for a college as well as I'm an entrepreneur. I have something like on my own. So anyone else here? Anyone else is entrepreneur? No? None of you? Okay, fine. No problem. So characteristics of an entrepreneur. So what do? Initiative taking. They take the initiative. When no one does it, so they take the initiative. Initiative of like starting something new or which is already in the market. They know the demand for that particular product or service and they want to know do something on their own. They want to know give the product, like deliver the product or deliver the service on their own, in their own style, in their own way of doing the business. So takes initiative, organizes and reorganizes of the social and economic mechanisms to turn resources and situations to practical account. So they organize and reorganize social and economic mechanisms to turn the resources and situations to practical account. And then they accept risk and failure. They accept risk and failure. Okay, so these are the basic characteristics of an entrepreneur. So what is entrepreneurship? It's a process of creating something different with value by devoting the necessary time, effort, assuming the accompanying financial, psychological, and social risk, and receiving the resulting rewards of monetary and personal satisfaction. So it's a process of creating something different. Okay, because no, you're not under someone, you're not like taking up the risk on their own, on your own. So create something different, value with a value. So when you're working with an organization, you know the organizational values, but when you start something on your own, you should have your own value. Yes, but business, no, it should have its own value. And by devoting the necessary time and effort, you have to know devote time, you have to devote effort, and plus you have to devote some finance as well. You have to invest in your business. So psychologically and taking the social risk and receiving the resulting rewards of monetary plus the personal satisfaction. So when it comes to entrepreneurial decision making, no, like many things, no, like you should be no aware of when you're no taking like decision, you're taking decisions, no, as an entrepreneur. When you're working in a company as an employee, sometimes you may have to take a decision if you're given that position, or otherwise your supervisors or managers or team leaders, they take the decision for you, or the top management will take the decision. You have to follow the decisions, right? So this is what usually happens, so when you work as an employee in an organization. But if you are an entrepreneur, there are many things no, you have to consider before taking the decision. So change from present lifestyle, because work environment disruption may happen. It is not 9 to 5 job. Entrepreneurship is not about a 9 to 5 job. So present lifestyle, no, it will change. You may have to work for no, like more than no, like 15, 16 hours per day. You may have to travel no frequently. So everything will change. The food habits, no, like, and everything, the sleeping habits, everything will change, no, in the initial days. In the initial days, definitely there will be a disruption. So the present lifestyle, no, it will change. Then to factors to form new enterprise, no, desirability of new venture information, cultural, subcultural, family, teachers, peers. So what inspires you to become an entrepreneur? It's because of the no, like some cultural factors or the subcultural factors or the family. So your family is already no, like running a business, or your family is full of business persons. So you also want to take up a business. And the teachers may have inspired you, or your peers, no, like colleagues or no classmates, they might have inspired you, no, to become an entrepreneur. And what are all the type of no like entrepreneurships no you can take? What are the types of entrepreneurships? There are many types. We will see like the types of entrepreneurship. So possibility of new venture formation is you need all these support to become an entrepreneur. Government support should be there. There should be some background support. Someone should back you up. Like someone should give you a backup. And marketing support has to be there. Finance support has to be there. And like your role models. That is from whom you have like got this inspiration of becoming an entrepreneur. So they too have to support you. Now let's see about the type of the startups. You're starting something new. So what are the types of startups? Usually, like entrepreneurs, like go. Lifestyle firm. It is a small venture that supports the owner and does not grow big with the employees. It means there will not be much employees as the years pass by. Run by its founders primarily with the aim of living or maintaining a certain lifestyle. Okay, like blogging, YouTubing, photography, writing, teaching, cooking, training. So all these comes under a lifestyle startup. Okay. So this may not grow because you're not going to like add more members into your business family. So mostly you will be like going with this business, or you may add very near and dear ones, only those people into your business. You will not be adding like any extra persons into this business. Okay, so this is a lifestyle firm. Then comes a small business setup, startups. These businesses are created by regular people and are self-funded. So the business owners usually bootstraps and self-finance these startups. This means that they have less pressure to scale. Like starting their own salon service, or grocery stores, travel agency, or a bakery shop, a small, like a retail shop. So all these, it comes under small business setup. Okay. And the third one is foundation company. Foundation companies are those companies which doesn't go public. But R&D function will be happening in that company. Research and development will be happening in that company, but no, they doesn't go public. It is a non-profit corporation or a charitable trust that makes grants to organizations, institutions, or individuals for charitable purposes such as science, education, culture, and religion. A foundation company. The Nobel Trust, which gives away the Nobel Prizes, it's a foundation company. So Nita Ambani's, this Reliance Trust, Nita Ambani, she has started this Reliance Trust. It's a foundation company. It's the non-profit organization. And then, Melinda Gates Foundation, wife of Mr. Bill Gates, founder of this Microsoft. So Melinda Gates, So she has started a foundation company. It's a non-profit organization. They focus on the upskilling and of children, poor children, destitute children all over the world. Okay. So then you have many companies. They have this foundation companies, non-profit organization company. So for example, Carlsberg, Heineken, IKEA, Rolex. So everyone has a foundation company. Just it's like a trust, okay? It's like a trust. Then that is high potential venture. High potential venture. So this has a high growth potential and hence receives a great investor interest. It's quickly growing technology companies and large internet technology businesses. Because these people know the market pulse. They know the customer's pulse. They know what the customers want. If not now, maybe in the future. They know very well what the customers need is. Or they will come with a new product or a service and they will promote it to the customer. They will make the customer feel that, okay, this is going to be the new future. That's what Google did. That's what Tesla did. That's what Amazon and all did. So they came up with a brilliant business idea, and they promoted it as this is going to be the future, and it became the future actually. It became the future, yeah. So high potential ventures, social ventures. So market oriented venture committed to solve cultural, environmental, and social issues. Rather than being driven off by profit, a social startup is committed instead of making the world a better place. Again, Reliance Gates, the Melinda Gates Foundation, UNESCO, Nobel Trust, everything comes under the social ventures. So what is the role of entrepreneurship in the economic development? They come up with a new product, something new business idea. So there is a product evolution. They don't stick on with the old product, conventional products. They are not okay with that. They come up with something new, much better than the older one, from the other companies. They come up with a new product. So product evolution. They contribute to the society. Iterative synthesis, that is intersection of knowledge and social need that starts the product development process. Then they come with the ordinary innovations or exceptional innovations and technological innovations and breakthrough innovations. Every innovation, everything, like we do right now, all these were the innovations, from the past years. The WhatsApp, the mobile, this Android mobile, or this, like Apple mobile, iPhone, and like the applications, apps, mobile apps, like system apps. And all these were some innovations which happened like 10 years, 15 years before. So these entrepreneurs, they always come up with like a new product, some enhanced product, something new. So they are the trend setters. They were the trend setters of the market, trend setters of the industry. So government as an innovator and an entrepreneur. So government, it also they are active in commercializing the technology and they do the technology transfer. They can also act as an entrepreneur by providing tax incentives, grants, and other forms of assistance to businesses. This can help spur innovation and investment in certain sectors. And furthermore, the government can provide access to business financing such as small business loans or venture capital investments. So to boost up the industries, to boost up like a particular industry, to encourage the exports and like particular industry. So the government also take up the entrepreneur position. Like there are like special economic zones given out by the governments, special economic zones where you can start your businesses and you will get lot of government subsidies. Like sometimes electricity will be like cheap. and the water availability, the water taxes, and you don't have to pay water taxes. So some kind of subsidies or amenities you get when you start up your a new venture in these special economic zones given out by the governments. So government can also be an innovator and an entrepreneur by supporting these new startups. Okay, we know entrepreneurship. What is an intrapreneurship? What is an intrapreneurship? Taking up an entrepreneurship position within the organization. See, if you're an entrepreneur, it means you have resigned your job. Now you're an individual. You don't work for any company, and you're not you're starting something new. That is entrepreneurship, right? Intrapreneurship is those persons who stay in the company, who are employee of the company. At the same time, within the company, they start their entrepreneurship process. So some skill in them, it's something so attractive, and it does catch the the eye of the management, the top management. The top management recognizes the skill, the ability of a particular employee or a group of employees, and what this top management does this. So they give their they go with investing separately on these individuals. They invest separately on these individuals. They give out the projects to them. They carve out their main company, main brand. From their main brand, they may carve out something and make these entrepreneurs as the leaders of those new ventures. That's called entrepreneurship. So takes an example of this Google CEO, Sundar Pichai, right? So Sundar Pichai is the founder of this Google. No, but how come he is a CEO? Google, Sundar Pichai, he joined as a one of the employee, right? One of the employee, a salaried person. He was a salaried person in Google, and he was working on a project, and successfully he and his team completed the project, within the deadline, and it was appreciated by everyone. So likewise, he has successfully he has led few projects, and it has become great success. So Google believed in Sundar Pichai, and what they did was they gave him a separate venture. They gave him a separate venture within Google. He is still an employee of Google, but an intrapreneur. He has not come out of the Google. He is still in Google, but is an intrapreneur. So he runs the business inside Google. Runs a business inside Google. And this venture has its own capital. This venture has its own management. This venture has its own decision-making system. Everything is separate, but still it is a part of Google. So that's what we call intrapreneurship. So it is a system that allows an employee to act like an entrepreneur within a company or other organization. These entrepreneurship projects do not require a capital contribution from the intrapreneur. So for this, Sundar Pichai hasn't invested anything. Investment, capital raising, everything was done by Google only. It was done by Google, the shareholders of the company. Sundar Pichai didn't invest anything. Okay, so this is an important step in developing future talents and leaders. So for example, say you're working in let's take any industry, let's say you're working in a manufacturing industry. Okay, you work in a manufacturing industry, and so you are a long-time employee, there in the company, and you have a special skill. Like you are different from others. When others follow a same repeated pattern of repeated process of all the activities and functions, you do something special because your skills are different. Okay, and say for example, you have built a new machine. There are already existing machines in the manufacturing unit, but you have built a new machine. which can process the products, process the raw materials at a quicker rate, and wastages will not happen. When the other machines in the manufacturing unit, it processes the same, same materials, but wastages are happening more. But you have come up with a new idea, new machine, you have designed it, you have built it, where the wastages will not happen. So the management of the manufacturing unit, they like your idea, they like you. They want to invest in you, they want to invest in your idea, they want to invest in your skill. So what they do is, so they give a separate capital, separate management, and separate office and building, and separate, employees, to you. So you will be the decision maker there. So you are an intrapreneur inside the company. Clear? Yes. So this is what we call as intrapreneurship. So this is an example I have given, I have mentioned 2-3 examples of intrapreneurship. So Steve Jobs and 20 Apple engineers split off from Apple to create the Apple Macintosh computer. Okay, they actually they came out of Apple in 1980s, late 1980s. They came out of the Apple. The group operated independently. Okay, so this group of creative employees created more diversity and competition for Apple's main line of products. So what happened after some time? Apple's main shareholders, what they did was, they had no other choice but to back Steve Jobs and the other 20 engineers again into their firm. So Steve Jobs is a founder of Apple. He is a founder of Apple. But what happened after some time? When main shareholders they gained importance in the organization, there was a conflict between Steve Jobs and the other shareholders. So now Steve Jobs was asked to leave the company. So he came out of Apple with 20 more engineers, Apple engineers, and they came up with this Apple Macintosh computer. And after some time, the main Apple shareholders, so they were running loss. And to save the company, what they did was they called back, they called back Steve Jobs and his team back to the Apple. Okay, so this is a type of an entrepreneurship. And Starbucks. So it was founded in 1971, had a mission to become a third place to go to provide a relaxing environment and experience for its customers. So one barista, who is a barista? The person who prepares the beverage, he is barista. He is called barista. Who brews the coffee? Who brews the coffee and prepares the coffee? So his name is called barista. He or she, they are called as barista. So that person decided to start writing the names of customers on the cups. Okay, in order to avoid confusion while distribution. So this person decided to start writing the names of customers on the cups. So this idea was shared with the corporate office. So months later, this first name approach became a standard at every Starbucks store. This is another kind of entrepreneurship. Either these entrepreneurs will be given a separate management to run the business on their own within the company, or they will be given a share in the profit. They'll be given a share in the profit. Then is another example for McDonald's. Dick Brahms, he's a regional manager of McDonald's, began trying a new meal just for kids. So he pitched his boxed idea to management, and 2 years later, McDonald's rolled out its first circus-themed Happy Meal. This is especially for the kids, and the idea was given by Dick Brahms as a regional manager, an employee of McDonald's. So now Happy Meals have become so essential to McDonald's business and the brand identity that 3 million Happy Meals are sold every day. Okay, so let's see about what are all the skills required for an entrepreneur. So technical skills, business management skills, personal entrepreneurial skills. If you're just an employee, you don't have to have all these skills. Only you have to have the technical skills. You should know how to like complete the job, how to like perform the task. That is the thing, right? But if you're an entrepreneur, you have to have all these skills. Even if you're an intrapreneur, you should need all these skills. Technical skill, how to do it, when to do it, where to do it, and like with what resource you have to do it, and how much to do it, the timeline, when to start, when to end, all these things you have to know. Business management skills, how to manage each and every component in the business. Then personal entrepreneurial skills. An entrepreneur like never stops inventing. An entrepreneur never stops inventing. If an entrepreneur is satisfied by their own product or service, so the person is doomed. So an entrepreneur keeps on inventing new things because they want to like stay in the long run. So they keep on introducing new things. Okay. So let's see what are all the technical skills required by an entrepreneur. Written and oral communication. Sometimes like a few entrepreneurs, they may not be very good in like written skill, but you need to have an excellent communication skill. To become a like top-notch entrepreneur, you should be excellently communicating. You should have a like a good negotiation skills as well. Then monitoring, you have to monitor the process, like each and every process you have to monitor, and that too on a continuous basis. Then technology and technical business management, you should be like knowing that, and interpersonal skills you should have. Interpersonal, how to like communicate with your like colleagues, subordinates, your workers, your investors, your customers. You should have a good interpersonal skill. Listening, you have to listen to others. It's not that you always take decisions and you like ask them to follow, ask the others to follow. Sometimes you have to like listen to others also. Ability to organize, you should organize everything and makes others also to follow the same thing. Network building, you need to know more important VIPs in the society. You should keep on building the network. That is more important in business. Coaching and training. Continuously coach and train. Whenever there is a need for training your employees, you should like go with training. Team player, you should be a team player. You should also get involved in the team. It's not that you always give directions and the others would follow it. You should also like go on with the the work. Team player, you should be a team player. Not just a team leader, but you should be a team player. You need to work with your subordinates and ability to lead. You should always inspire your subordinates, inspire your team, and you should be able to lead the team. They should listen to you. Whatever you say, they should listen to you. Okay, so these are the technical skills a good entrepreneur should possess. Then comes the business management skills. Planning and goal setting. That's a skill. You have to plan and set the goal for the future. Decision making. You have to take decisions on your own. And sometimes you need to consult with experts in the market. You need to consult with like the elders in your business. Or sometimes you have to consult with your own subordinates, with your own team members, you have to consult. And sometimes like one of your team member or the group of your team members may come with an excellent business idea, and that idea may click. So decision making, a strong decision making skills has to be there. Human relations. Maintain good human relations with the suppliers, with the marketers, with the distribution channels, with the government, with the customers, with everyone. And with your employees as well. Then marketing, heavy marketing has to be done. Intense marketing has to be done in the initial period to spread the brand awareness. To spread your brand awareness, you need to go for intense marketing where you should also be involved. Then you should be good at financing and accounting because you need to have know how much you have invested, how much you have taken back, everything you have to know. And controlling. You should have a good control over your workers, over your employees, over your money, over your resources, over yourself. over each and every aspects of the business. You should have a strong control. Negotiating, strong negotiating skills with the suppliers, with the government, with your customers, strong negotiating skills. Venture launch. So you're launching your venture. So decide when you're going to launch. The right time, at the right place, with the right person or with the right resource, at the right price, you have to launch your venture. And you have to manage the growth. Keep on, the company has to keep on growing, right? You have to manage that also. These are the business management skills an entrepreneur should possess. And the third one is the personal entrepreneurial skill. Personal entrepreneurial skill. So inner control and discipline. If you don't have a control over yourself, if you don't have a control over your actions or your words or your discipline, then the subordinates follow you. If you're an angry person, the subordinates will also be angry. If you're dealing things with some roughness and from with some stubbornness, your your employees, your workers, they also will deal everything with roughness and stubbornness. And you should be a risk taker. You should never fail to take risk. And you should be innovative. Keep on experiencing new things. Keep on innovating new things. Change oriented. Because you need some change in the organization, right? You don't want to go with the same old model of doing business. You're ready to accept the changes, which is in the market. You're ready to accept the changes. And you want to implement those changes in the organization as well. So change oriented. Persistent. Why? Why should you be persistent? So you cannot expect profits in the initial days. Okay, so you may have invested thousands or lakhs or crores, but you may not expect returns in the initial days or initial years. But you should be very persistent. You have to going on. You have to go with the long run. So at one point of time, immediately the business clicks off. So you have to be persistent, stay strong. You have to be a visionary leader because you're a leader. You're not just a manager. You're not just a team leader. You're a leader who is leading a team, who's leading the workers who are working under you. You should be a visionary leader, not just a leader, but a visionary leader. And we should be able to manage the change. Sometimes there will be conflict in the organization. Your employees may resist you. They may resist you for few things, but you should be able to manage those changes. So these are the personal entrepreneurial skills an entrepreneur should possess. So technical skills, business management skills, and personal entrepreneurial skills. Let's see the difference between the traditional managers and entrepreneurs. So what is the difference? Traditional managers, entrepreneurs, and intrapreneurs. The traditional managers' primary motive is promotion. They want to get promoted. They want to grow higher in the career ladder within the company and moving up the hierarchy. So that is not why they are concerned with their status. They are always concerned with the status. They don't move friendly with their subordinates. Okay? And they have a short-term focus. That is complete the quotas within this week's time, or complete the target within the end of the day, and managing the budgets and fixing the targets to their employees. So all are short-term focus. They don't plan for long-term. And they always delegate, that is distribute and supervise. Okay, they don't they don't work on their own. They don't take risk and work out on their own, but they will delegate, distribute the responsibilities and supervise them. And they are averse to take risk. They don't want to take risk because they want to make everything they want to run smoothly, because their motive is to getting promoted to the higher level. And they try to avoid making mistakes. But entrepreneurs, they will not try making mistakes as well, because they are risk takers, right? They are risk takers. But managers, they try to avoid making mistakes. And managers agree with those in the upper management. So whatever the upper management says, they agree with it. And hierarchy as basis of relationship. How these managers have business relationship with their subordinates, with their team members, how they will have only on the basis of hierarchy. There is no other relationship maintained by these traditional managers. Now let's take entrepreneurs. What are their personal traits? So their primary motive is to create value and profit and is not concerned about the status. So if you say entrepreneurs in the initial days, they will be working along with the lower level workers. These entrepreneurs, they will be working along with the operational level workers. Okay, so they themselves they will behave as an employee of their own venture, because their primary motive is to create value and profit, and they are not concerned about the status. They want their business to pick up. They don't want them to pick up. They want their business to pick up. So looking for survival and 5 to 10 years of growth, because traditional managers, they focus only on short-term goals, but entrepreneurs, they go they will look something for the next 5 to 10 years. And direct involvement. They always involve themselves directly into each and every process in the business. Deals with mistakes and failures, because it's a learning process for them. If they have done any mistake, or if their subordinate done any mistake, it's a learning process for them. So they will deal with the mistakes and failures. They always follow a dream and not transaction and deal making as a basis for relationship. Then coming to the entrepreneurs, what are their qualities? What are their personal traits? Independence and ability to advance driven by status. See, here you have to remember, they are already in the organization. They haven't come out of the organization. So they are concerned about the status. At the same time, they want to be independent and they need the ability to advance. Has self-imposed time orientation. They don't have to go with the normal timeline prescribed by the management, top management for other employees. They can have their own timeline for completing a task, for finishing a project. And they also directly involved in the business, and they are the moderate risk taker. Why? Because they haven't invested in anything. So they will tell the idea, the company has to invest. The parent company, they have to invest. So when Sundar Pichai came up with the the street view idea, the street view, Google Street View. So this idea was proposed by Sundar Pichai and his team. So when he came up with this idea, the investment was made by Google, not by Sundar Pichai, right? And able to get others to agree to achieve a dream. Yeah. So they have to convince the top management, convince the shareholders, to agree, to their skill, to agree to their plan or idea to achieve the dream. And finally, whatever transactions they have, this is within the hierarchy, not beyond that. Clear? So this concept is clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So we will see, a few more concepts. Let me share the new PPT. Yes. So we were discussing about the managers, right? In our last session, we were discussing about managers. So there are more, what managers are concerned of. Okay, so many things. Then after this, we will discuss about what are the common traits of a manager and the entrepreneur. Okay, common traits. So what are all the concerns of a manager? So we have to understand management is a process of controlling things and people. Not only they control the employees, but they also control the day-to-day functions or tasks in the management. So they are more concerned about the human productivity. So because under them, few subordinates will be working, they have to know this person, the manager has to know, extract the productivity from each of their subordinate, from each of the employee. And they have to be concerned about the budgets. Okay, because it's not that all the budget proposals will be accepted by the top management. Sometimes they may reject. Okay, so they have to deal with the budgets. Legal issues, all the legal issues with related to the government and the company, so these managers have to deal with it. And work environment, risk management. They have to concern about the work environment and the risk management as well. In customer service, they are concerned about the customer service. Okay, and finally, quality control. Because if not like
Just
customer
please explain risk management related, ma'am.
What?
Just please explain risk management related, ma'am.
Risk
Just few
management.
examples. Yes, ma'am. Work environment and risk management. You said
Work
no.
environment. Yeah, they have to be concerned about the work environment, right? So
Yes, ma'am.
they have to not deal with their super. They have to deal with their higher authorities. At the same time, they have to deal with their subordinates. So they are concerned with the work environment because they have to maintain their status. They have to maintain their status in the organization. At the same time, they have to convince the workers, that is convince their subordinates. At the same time, they have to convince their their managers as well. That is who is the top management.
Okay.
And risk management. Risk management is they can come up with an idea, but it's the management's decision. They cannot take their own decision.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes.
Yeah. So everything, all the risk, happening in the company. So the top management wants the managers to deal with it. It's not the top management will deal with the risk. So the managers will deal with the risk. That's why they have been paid for, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. So let's see what is the difference between a traditional manager and an agile manager. You know what is an agile? What is agile?
No, ma'am.
Agile is something it keeps on changing according to the market condition.
Okay.
Enhancing. Agile means enhancing, innovating, keeps on changing. That's called as agile. So a traditional
Like
manager.
freelancer managers?
Sorry?
Like freelancer managers, right, ma'am?
Not a freelancer manager. See, traditional managers, they go on with the changes. They easily adapt to the market changes.
Okay.
But traditional managers, they don't take risk. Agile managers, they are ready to take risk. But traditional managers, they go with the same repeated way of repeated style of doing the performing the task. But agile managers are those people who are ready to change, ready to adapt the market changes. Whatever is happening in the outside market or in the industry, or whatever is the customer demand, accordingly they are ready to change. But traditional managers, they don't change. Because they are okay, they are happy, they are satisfied with the old way of doing things. For example, traditional manager will not be ready to learn AI. They don't want to learn AI. Because they are okay with the traditional way of managing things. But agile manager wants to learn the new things. They will learn AI. Not only they will learn AI, they will motivate their team to learn AI.
But ma'am, this both type of managers decision take authority of only top management, no, ma'am? Right?
Obviously, but agile manager, somewhat, this type of persons will, take up the leadership positions, like entrepreneurs.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, traditional managers, they won't change. They won't change. But agile managers, they may become an entrepreneurs.
Ma'am, just give me some example, ma'am. Traditional manager and agile manager.
I would say again, say Bill Gates. No, sorry, not Bill Gates. This Steve Jobs. Again, Sundar Pichai. So they were agile managers. They have predicted the future. So this is going to be the future. The technology is going to be something different in the future. So they have predicted it. They have speculated it. And that future, they want to introduce, in their company. It should be their idea. It should be their idea. Okay, so for that purpose, no, they have taken some risk. They believed in their team, and no, like they have no like faced failures, but they learned from their failures, and they have led the team in all the difficult situations, and finally they have achieved the success. So these are the agile managers. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, understood, ma'am.
There was another person in no like Apple, along with Bill Gates. There was another person. Okay, a close associate of Bill Gates. I mean, sorry, not Bill Gates. Sorry, Steve Jobs. A close associate of Steve Jobs. That person was a college mate of Steve Jobs. You know, like they started the venture together. But that person was a traditional manager. He was not ready to change. He wants to stick on with the old way of developing the software and everything. After Steve Jobs, like taken the position, like again he was called back into the company, right? So after he, joined the Apple, once again with his team after inventing this Apple Macintosh. So he fired that person because that person was not ready to change. He want to go with the old way of doing things. He was not ready to change, and he was not ready. He was not letting his team also to change. So he was sent out of the company. From Apple, he was fired. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Yeah. Like if you have time, like if you time allows, like you can watch this the Steve Jobs movie. There is a movie, like on Steve Jobs, right? Jobs. Yeah. So you
Okay,
can
ma'am.
watch that movie. Like you will come to know like how like Steve Jobs like they came up as a team, they came up with this new idea and how they started it off and what hassles what challenges they faced and what like how they had initially they were like together, then how they got split up, how Steve Jobs was sent out of the company by the shareholders, and with this existing team of 20 members 20 employees, how he like started off a new venture, the new idea of like this Apple Macintosh computers, and like how he was like called back into the Apple, and after joining back like what has happened in the management, what has happened with the shareholders. It's a beautiful lesson of entrepreneurship, an excellent lesson of entrepreneurship and entrepreneurship as well. Yeah. So like if you have time, you can watch that movie. Okay?
Yeah, sure, ma'am.
So yeah, let me like complete with the difference between a traditional manager and an agile manager. So traditional manager always controls teams, but agile manager trusts the teams. So since the
Ma'am,
agile manager
who will spend the money for technology learning things? Ma'am, agile
for
manager or
both
top
the type
management?
of managers, the top management is going to spend the money.
What about the small scale industry, ma'am? MSME have some people working in the MSM industry. The for employees need to be learn new things, new AI technology. They will spend the money for employee small scale industry.
Everything for every process, like top management, it's that top management has the responsibility of raising the capital. The employees don't have to raise the capital, right? They don't have to invest. It's always the top management's responsibility, the shareholders' responsibility. The government may give some subsidies. That's different. The government may give some subsidies, like lower interest loans, and banks may give some subsidies, like lower interest loans and discounting in like exports and yeah, subsidies they may give. But the main part, raising the capital, investment and raising the capital, is always done by the top management, by the founder, by the investors, by the shareholders. They do it.
It's all
Clear?
our MNC company. Okay, ma'am, clear, ma'am. It's all our MNC company. Small scale industry, we will
Any
spend
type
the.
of industry, even if it is a
Okay.
small scale industry, initially there will be a founder, right? Someone
Okay,
has
okay.
like come up with an idea, right, of starting a small scale company, right? So after some time, it has grown into an industry, a bigger company. So that is a difference, right? Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. Got it.
Yeah.
Ma'am.
Small scale companies, like there may not be shareholders, but obviously, like there will be investors. There will be investors. Government might have invested, or external investors might have invested. Yeah. So they always take the management. They always take the decision. Yeah.
Okay.
So a traditional manager always controls teams because he or she wants the job to be done within the prescribed timeline. Agile managers don't depend, don't have a prescribed timeline because they keep on changing the way of doing things as per the market trends. So they trust the teams, they empower their teams. And traditional managers, it's always a top-down leadership because they want to maintain their status. But agile manager, it's a servant leadership. They get ideas from their team members, listen to them politely, and sometimes if any idea of one of their subordinate clicks, the agile manager will implement the idea and recognize that person, recognize the employee. And for traditional manager, failure is always an embarrassment because the manager has to face the top management. So it's always an embarrassment, embarrassing, situation for traditional manager if failure is faced. But for agile manager, it's always failure is always a learning experience. And for any failure, the traditional manager will always blames the team. That is what Steve Jobs associate did. He always blamed Steve Jobs and the team, for a failure, happened in the Apple. But agile manager advocates for the team because for them, failure is a learning experience. Clear? So with this, I'm stopping here. We have few more things to discuss. But let me see if I have another class next week. Maybe I'll discuss the remaining contents as well, remaining factors, components as well. So, but here I'm stopping here. Yes, if you have any doubt, you can ask me. I'll be here for another 2 to 3 minutes. Yeah.
Hi, ma'am. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, I was wondering what business you are doing. Like you said, you are an entrepreneur, right?
Yeah.
Uh, you said you are an entrepreneur. You said right at the beginning.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I was wondering what business you are in.
I'm into this education business. I train, I go to I have my own business. I have my own venture. So I go to corporates, I go to colleges, I give seminars, I conduct webinars, and I do some guest lecturing, and I design courses. I am into curriculum development of a college. It's a self-managed college in Kochi. So yeah, I do all those things.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
I mean, starting how to start the business because without experience, because I am a fresher, okay, so I want interest to start the business and all. So
Mm-hmm.
what is the first things I want learning and some managing things, ma'am. Just please give me some ideas, ma'am.
Entrepreneurship is a a long process. Within 2 minutes or 1 minute, I cannot explain how to start a business. So it's a long
Okay,
process. Maybe
basic things,
we can have
just for the
yeah.
basic things, no?
What I
Yes,
would
ma'am.
tell is we can have maybe one session on how to go with the startup.
Mm-hmm.
That we can have how to go with the startup. You have a business
Okay.
idea or you don't have any business idea but you want to start something on your own, so how to do
Okay.
it? Okay, so how to go from the scratch, and who are the persons to meet, how to do a sales
Mhm.
pitch, and know how to design the project, everything. No, like maybe we can have one session for that. Okay. So
Okay.
I'll plan next week or the other week. No, like I'll speak with the coordinator. Like if at all, no,
Yeah,
like a
sure, ma'am.
session is given to me, yeah, I will know, like take a session. Yeah, that will be no, like
Sure, ma'am.
you will have a clear picture of no, like how to start no, like your own business venture. Yeah,
Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes, yes.
yeah, that we can
Okay,
do.
ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, so we end up here. I'll meet you another time. So happy weekend. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.